What is going on, Tech Squad? Andrew Edwards here, editor-in-chief of GearLife.com, and a lot of you guys have been asking me since I showed you my original Panasonic Lumix GH5 unboxing. You guys wanted to know what my favorite accessories were, what lenses I use, what accessories I use. So today I figured I'd answer that accessory question by showing you 5 accessories that I think pair really well with the Panasonic Lumix GH5. Now you may remember in that original GH5 video, I said I was actually upgrading from my previous camera, the Panasonic Lumix G7. This was a great camera, it was a trusty camera. It got me through probably 2 years or so on YouTube, but upgrading to the GH5 has made a huge difference. There's a lot of great features on here, and I'll leave a link to my original video down in the description below, as well as a card up here, so you can check that video out and learn more about why this camera is so great. And by the way, yes, I do have both cameras in my hand, so you might be wondering, what am I recording this on? I actually have a second GH5 doing the recording. This GH5 is gonna be used as a prop to show you the accessories. And by the way, everything I mentioned in this video, I'm gonna leave links down in the description below. And I'm actually gonna link you to B&H Photo rather than Amazon, because B&H Photo offers some of the best prices on camera gear in particular. And if you live outside of New York State, anything you buy from B&H Photo is tax-free. And when you're buying expensive camera gear, not having to pay taxes can save you a bunch of money. So again, links to everything are gonna be down in the description below. Now, the first accessory I wanna talk about actually solves a huge pain point that I've had with pretty much every camera and pretty much every device actually, every mobile device at least, and that's battery life. When you're shooting 4K on the go, especially at the high bit rates that this camera supports, battery life can be an issue. Now, the cool thing about the GH5 that I found is that I can actually take a 100% full battery and put it in there and shoot at the highest 150 megabit per second bit rate, and I can go about 2 hours shooting 4K. So that's pretty good, but still, I wanted it to be better, and Panasonic did release this guide to help solve the problem. This is the Panasonic Lumix GH5 battery grip. And it's actually not just for battery life, although this thing does double your battery life. So what you can see right here, it's got a battery slot, so I can slide in an extra battery right there, close it up, and when this is connected to the bottom of the GH5, it then doubles the battery life. In the settings, you can choose if you want to use the battery in the grip first and then switch over to the internal battery in the camera body itself, or vice versa. And the cool thing is you can actually hot swap the battery out of here once it's on battery power to the camera itself. So in other words, if you have it set to use this battery first and then this battery dies and it switches over, you can then open this up, take the battery out, put a new one in, close it, and it'll swap back over here without interrupting your flow. But like I said, the battery grip isn't just about battery life. It also has one other neat trick. The reason it's called the battery grip is because it's also a grip. So let me show you what I mean. I can connect it to the bottom of the camera right here, and I just twist the wheel in order to lock it in place. Now it's in place. Now check this out. Usually when you're shooting, you're holding your camera like this, you've got your finger here. If you want to shoot in portrait mode, now your finger's here and you're doing this weird movement with your arm. If you have the battery grip, that problem is solved. Check this out. All the buttons that you have up here on the top right of the camera body are duplicated here on the battery grip. So if you need to shoot in portrait mode, you just turn the camera and keep your finger here. You've got your record buttons, your white balance, your ISO, everything that you would need, that you would find on the camera body itself, is duplicated on the battery grip, with the exception of one button, and that is the video record button, because you're not gonna be recording video this way. That makes no sense. And it's not just the buttons on the top right, it also duplicates the buttons you have on the back of the camera. So the joystick on the back of the camera is duplicated on the back of the battery grip as well. So that's the first accessory that I recommend if you're picking up the Lumix GH5 and you want to double your battery life, and if you shoot photos and you want easy access to those buttons when shooting portrait mode, battery grip is where it's at. Up next on my list, and this one's a no-brainer, if you're buying a DSLR, you need storage for your media. You're capturing photos, you're shooting video, you need good, solid, reliable SD cards. I recommend SanDisk cards. These are the cards I use not only in my DSLR, but I also use micro SD cards from SanDisk in my smartphones. And I've got a SanDisk card in my Nintendo Switch as well. SanDisk offers a range of speeds. They've got their good, better, best. So you've got Ultra, Extreme, and Extreme Pro. I typically go with the Extreme Pro line. Those are the fastest cards that they offer, and they can keep up with 4K recording at a high bit rate with no problem. Again, links to the SanDisk cards down below. When you buy them though, make sure you pick up 2 cards. And the reason I say that is because the Lumix GH5 actually has 2 SD card slots. And what's cool about that is that you can have 2 cards in there, and when one card gets full, it'll automatically switch to using the other card. So you can continuously shoot video, and they're hot swappable. So if one card gets full and it switches to the other card, you can actually go in and take that first card out while you continue shooting, take everything off that card, put that card back in the camera, and then when that second card gets full, it'll just switch right back over to using the first card. The Panasonic GH5 is the only camera I'm aware of that'll let you continuously record a video between 2 cards without you running into any sort of length restriction. Frame rates are 24, 50, or 30 frames per second for consumer 4K, and they're fixed at 24 frames per second for cinema 4K. It can also record at higher 50 or 60 frame per second bit rate if you choose instead to record at 8-bit 420. And again, this camera can shoot at a very high bit rate, so you want to make sure you have 2 cards in there because those files take up more space. And just to be safe, I recommend going with the SanDisk Extreme Pro cards, since those are the fastest cards that SanDisk makes. Okay, up next on my list of my favorite Panasonic Lumix GH5 accessories is this guy. This is the Lumix GH5 XLR Microphone adapter. This mounts right into the hot shoe on top of the GH5 camera body and allows you to expand the audio capabilities of your camera. As you can see, it's got 2 XLR inputs, allowing you to plug in your XLR microphone sources. It's also got a control panel on the back with a clear cover that sports numerous physical dials and controls for changing things like the levels, the gain, and the low cut filter of each input individually. And it also supports recording at 96 kilohertz at 24-bit. And since you're mounting this to the hot shoe on top of the camera, they actually include another shoe on top here so that you can mount additional accessories. The other nice thing about the XLR microphone input accessory is that it's powered by the camera itself, so you're never gonna run out of battery specifically on this. But speaking of batteries and running out of power, the other thing I do recommend picking up is some extra camera batteries. These are the Panasonic BLF19 batteries, and you can find replacement batteries that aren't Panasonic branded, they're off-brand. I actually picked up a couple of Wasabi power batteries, but sometimes you never know what you're gonna get with those off-brand batteries. They're a lot cheaper, but I'll leave links down below to a couple different batteries you can get. But the nice thing about having extra batteries, especially if you use the battery grip, is that you can easily swap out batteries whenever something dies, so you never have to stop what you're doing. So regardless of your resolution, your frame rate, or your compression choices, you'll be able to shoot continuously for as long as you have remaining card space, and your video will only be cropped to match the aspect ratio of the final output video using the full image sensor width. Because I have been in situations in the past where I didn't have extra batteries, my battery died, and I literally had to wait an hour or 2 before my battery charged back up. So when you pick up a camera, and that's just any camera, not just the Lumix GH5, pick up a couple extra batteries as well. And by the way, the nice thing about Panasonic's batteries, and some other batteries do this as well, there's no memory effect on them. And what that means is you can charge them from whatever state they're in. Some batteries, if you only charge them when they're only halfway depleted, or 40% battery charge left, you'll start messing with the battery capacity. But these batteries you can charge from any point. And last on my list of my top 5 accessories for the Panasonic Lumix GH5 is an external dummy battery that plugs into the wall. The one I use is the Landpart BLF19 DC battery dummy pack. And basically all it is, it's a fake battery. It's a fake battery of the wire that hangs off of it, and you put it in the camera just like you would any other battery. The only difference is there's a wire coming off the battery, so you leave the battery door open, and that wire actually plugs into the wall, basically giving you unlimited battery life. It's running off of wall power rather than battery power. So if you're shooting somewhere, we've got a wall plug nearby, it's much easier to just stay plugged into the wall and not even have to worry about batteries dying. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 5 accessories for the Panasonic Lumix GH5. Let me know if you pick any of these up. Again, links to everything down in the description below. Any questions you have about my usage of the GH5, send them to me, drop them in the comments below. I'll meet you down there for further discussion. Again, check out my original video showing you everything that I liked about the Panasonic GH5, including the best features of this camera. I'll link it down below as well, and I'll leave a card here at the end of the video. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to stay up to date on all future videos on the channel, be sure to click or tap on my face when you see it appear here down at the bottom of the video, and you'll be able to subscribe for free. And if you want to be one of the first to know when a new video drops, tap on the bell icon after you subscribe. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. As always, guys, I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I'll catch you in the next video.